Hi folks, Pete here from Actions Cars, and today I'm showing you around my 63 plate Audi A6 Allroad. This car is actually my Audi A6 Allroad, so this is my own personal car, but I'm looking to sell it. I've actually had two of these. They're fantastic cars in my opinion, one of the best all-round cars that I've ever had. It's a 3 litre diesel. I think they're about 245 horsepower, might be a little bit more. Quattro all-wheel drive, 3 litre diesel. It's a V6 engine. It's really silky smooth, and it's got air suspension which is adjustable, so where it is at the moment the comfort's set in, but I have got a dynamic drive which lowers the car a little bit, squats it down and firms up the suspension. I've also got an all-road mode where it raises up to give me extra ground clearance, and yeah, that's quite handy. I live out in, as you can see around you, I live in the sticks a little bit, so this car's been very, very useful for me over the winter. But it's not my job to keep them, it's my job to sell them. Now, things you need to know about this car: I actually bought this car one owner from new. It's one owner, pristine condition, but it had done 170,000 miles, and it's now on about 176,000 because I've been using it. So it's a lot higher than average mileage, but it's I'm a registered keeper of the car, so I'm just the second owner on this car from new. And things you need to know about it other than that, well, it's got a huge spec on it. The car was actually specified with about £15,000 of cost options on it from new. I'll run you through a few of them now as we go around the car. One of them you're looking at straight away, it's got 20-inch alloy wheels. This particular one has. The standard all-road does come with 18-inch wheels. The 20-inch wheels on this one I think really do make it stand out. It's really nice, the profile I think of the car. It's got the silver trims, like an aluminium look trim on the side skirts, and then matching aluminium roof rails which look really cool. It's got the heavily tinted glass to the rear of the car, rear 3/4. Obviously that is completely legal. The front of the car has got a lighter tint to make it completely legal. Parking sensors, it has got them front and rear. It's got the side sort of sensors as well on it, so when you park in the car you can actually see things to the side of you. It's got a visual and an audio warning for that and display. I'll just move this out a bit so you can get the full car in. And obviously it's got a factory tow bar as well, which is removable. I've got it on there. I've never towed with it, but at the same time I've never had a problem with the tow bar sticking out, so I've left it there. The car's got park assist on it. That means it can park itself. So you just press a button on the car, it finds a space that it will fit into, and it does the steering while you just control the brake. Very, very good indeed, especially if you're trying to get into a tight spot. It's got a Bose upgrade hi-fi system, which has got an amazing sound, and it's got the upgraded MMI system in it as well. It's a very, very well-equipped car. It's also got the lane assist system on it, so it's got first of all the lane assist system that tells you, well, basically senses where you are in a lane. It'll sort of guide you and keep you in place when you're on the motorway, and it'll warn you if you start drifting over that lane without signalling. And it's also got a blind spot control system on it, which lights up the mirrors if there's a car coming into your blind spot down the side, so it's very, very safe. It's got radar adaptive cruise control, so when I'm driving it along, which I can't really show you on this video because it's just me here, but when we're driving the car along, the car will basically follow the car in front. I could have the cruise set at 60, and if the cars in front all come to a stop, this car will stop behind them. It'll come to a nice sort of relaxed stop. It doesn't do it abruptly, it slows down very graciously. It'll stop behind the car, and leaving plenty of distance between you and the car in front. And when that car in front moves, if it's only been a second or so, this car will pull off behind it. If it's longer than that, it does wait for you just to touch the throttle. As soon as you do, it'll then speed back up to whatever speed that car was doing in front. So when you set the cruise control on this car, you're sort of setting its maximum speed that it will do. So I always drive it along, set the cruise to 70 if I'm on the motorway, and just let the car do most of the driving for me with the lane assist and the adaptive cruise, making sure that I stay in the flow of traffic, keep a safe distance from the cars in front, and also that I stay in the centre of my lane. It's not self-driving, but it's the one step down from it, and it's very, very relaxing. And I do a lot of miles, and that's one of the reasons why I love Audi Allroads. They're one of the best cars for doing high mileage in. I will be using this car while it's up for sale, so the mileage will creep up slightly on it. Just had it cleaned today because I've just literally had a brand new alternator fitted to it. So first of all, there's not a lot of wear on the car. It's done 176,000 miles, as I just told you, but the seats themselves are in excellent condition. That bolster's still very firm there. The wheel itself has not really got any excess wear on it at all. There's no real telltale signs on this car that it's done that mileage. If I look to the front of it, there are 1 or 2 stone chips on this bonnet. They're minor, but there are 1 or 2 stone chips, but the finish of the paint is fantastic. It really has been well looked after. And yeah, if I'm really being fussy, there's a couple of very small little marks on the wheels, but again, it's 176,000 miles and it's completely original. Completely original. It has got an electric tailgate, but there's loads of rubbish in it at the minute, and I don't want to embarrass myself by showing you. The boot's huge though, and when I get inside, it's similarly huge. It's a really luxurious cabin. Nice display, the instruments are great. It's completely keyless, so all I need to do is press this button by here, and she starts up. Navigation screen comes up. It's a multi-function screen, which is all controlled by the displays by here. My phone's just linking up to it, which is what that noise was, but I can put my media through here, radio. It's got DAB. It's obviously got a telephone link up. It's just setting itself up now. I've got apologies for that, guys, because I think the car actually decided to hook up to the phone and for some reason cut my video off at that point, because I'm videoing it off my phone. But yeah, basically I can play all my media from my phone. I've got my Apple music and stuff like that all through this system. It's a really easy system to use, and I found it a joy, which is why I have kept this car for myself. I've got heated seats to the front. I've got dual climate control, electric handbrake. That's for the presets for the radio by there. It's simple, but it's got a lot of kit on it. It's relatively straightforward though to use. The buttons along here do the park assist. As I say, this car can physically park itself, which is an amazing thing. And on my door mirrors, if you look very closely, there's a little light there, which is obviously not on at the moment. That actually lights up orange if someone's in my blind spot on the car. Again, a very useful thing to have, but not something that you would see on many vehicles. I've had a Mercedes with that before, and this one. So it's something that even on my other Allroad, which was the same age as this 13, it didn't have a lot of the kit that this car's got. So it's a very, very high spec for what it is. Obviously, it's an automatic. It's 8-speed auto on these, and it has got the paddle shift as well as a sports mode. And when you put the car in dynamic, it does squat down. It firms up the suspension. It makes that gear change even more ferocious, and it gives the engine a bit of a pre-programmed boost, so it's a little bit more responsive. So it can be quite a fun car to drive this, despite the fact it is, in general, quite a practical vehicle. Right, let's just jump back outside it again, and hopefully that goes away into its little cubby hole when I do that. Everything in the car is stitched in leather, as you can see. Just show you to the back very quickly as well, because I have got heated seats back here, and I've also got climate control in the rear as well. So again, it's something that you don't get on even all the Allroads. It's something that's a bonus on this particular car, because the original owner of the car spec'd it up with a very, very high specification. And even things like the door sills, they're all in pretty good condition for a car that's done, what is quite a heavy mileage. The main reason I get on so well with these cars is just the sheer quality of them. The build quality on the Audis is second to none. And having owned most vehicles, including the Mercs, the BMs, all the usual sort of choices that you would have in this sort of sector, I find that the Audis have just got that little bit of an edge in terms of the feel and the quality of the cars. And with a higher mileage car like this, that really does show. With 176,000 miles on the clock, this car does still feel very, very tight. In fact, I don't think if I was to not tell someone, and I rolled up and gave them a lift in it, I'm pretty sure they would be quite easily convinced it was a 50 or 60,000 mile car. It does drive very well. It's very quiet inside. There's no rattles, no squeaks, no clunks. It's absolutely perfect. In the time I've had the car, I've had no issues whatsoever with it, apart from the alternator, which I've just replaced. I think it looks really cool from the front. And it is, just to point out, just in case you haven't noticed, it's a bottle green colour, this car, not black. Some people seem to think it's black when they first see it, but as you can see, when the light catches it, it is a lovely metallic green, which really does look quite different. So a little bit unusual. I think that colour itself was a cost option on the car when it was new. And I've got a full service history for this car with stacks and stacks and stacks of receipts, all from the Audi main dealer, which is why it's like it is. It's been maintained regardless of cost, this car. I'll obviously throw up a lot more detail on this car in the advert, but it's safe to say if you're looking for one of these are amazing cars, and I can't recommend them highly enough. And this particular one I went out for because of its specification. So ignore the mileage for a moment. These are built to do 500,000 miles. This is an absolutely gorgeous car that would have cost, I think, nearly £60,000 for its original owner in this spec. So I've actually driven RS6s that have not got some of the kit that this particular car's got on it. So let me know if it's of interest to you. My number, as ever, is 07932 873 646. Whilst I'm not in a massive hurry to part with my Audi A6, I am happy for the right person to deliver it to you anywhere in the UK. And I'm also happy to take your old car in part exchange. So if you give me a ring, let me know where you are, let me know what you've got, we'll put a deal together for you, hopefully to impress you on this car. Please give us a like, give us a share, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, more car buying advice, and hopefully at some point you'll see what I've bought to replace this A6 Allroad, although it is a very tough act to follow. That number one more time, guys, 07932 873 646. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for hopefully admiring my car. Please feel free to give me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. And if you've owned one of these, I'm particularly interested to know your own experiences. Everyone I know who's had an Allroad has always been very, very impressed. I've had quite a few very nice compliments about this car when I've been out and about. But give us a call, let us know, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.